What's going on, Soul Tribe? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist 8. Justin here, and bring you another little nugget to add to the Soul Tribe archive. And in this video, I'm going to talk about Venus in Capricorn in the 6th house. Now, this is a tricky one for Venus. I feel like all the Venus ones I've had lately have been kind of tricky. But when you think about Venus, Venus is the energy of beauty, of what we love, of what we desire, of what we want to attract. You know, this is creativity when we're talking with Venus. And so it's the feminine side of our chart as well. And then when we talk about Capricorn energy, Capricorn is one that's that cardinal earth energy. They are this one that builds things that last for a long time. Their ruler is Saturn, and so this is something where you're going to want to see the condition of how Saturn's doing, because if Saturn's in a tough spot, then this might be a tricky, again, like I said, a kind of a tougher place for Venus to be, because the 6th house, by the traditional standpoints, can be the house of servitude. This can be the house of illnesses. It can be the house of enemies. And so Venus is considered the benefic in our chart. So what happens in these charts is that she may have a harder time releasing some of her more benefic natures into the chart. So this could be, you could find yourself in where you're taking care of someone sick, or maybe you're finding yourself in constant servitude of people who are sick, or that in order to, or maybe you find yourself with having to take care of a partner who has some sort of illness there, or maybe you're even finding yourself having to take care of other things that you don't even get a chance to take care of your own type of health. This could be someone who's kind of spread too thin and just doesn't really get enough downtime here, possibly. So that would be one thing that I would look into. This person would be a Leo rising, so I would buy whole sign, and I would look to what, how their 7th house is doing. If you were having problems into the 6th house, maybe you can look to maybe you can find someone who can help you with this. Maybe there's a spouse, maybe if you're having any sort of like health things, for example, maybe you've been having troubles with your weight, or maybe you're having troubles with diet, figuring out foods for you, or whatever that is, working with other people, working with different, maybe dietitians, maybe getting a fitness coach, maybe, subscribing, doing some sort of thing to kind of help something along type of here. I do see this though. I could see this Venus here as someone who starts maybe their own sort of like workout thing, possibly. It could be workout or anything sort of like health related, something that can help with illnesses. Maybe you open your own apothecary, maybe you open your own, this is Venus. We want to get creative. We want to be expressive. So where maybe you maybe you deal with a lot of headaches and things, so maybe you've had to try different holistic approaches. Maybe you've had to try grounding. Maybe you have different like chamomile tea or some sort of teas and things, and you can take that expertise and pass those sort of things along there. So you can play around with this energy. It doesn't have to be like a death sentence, but the 6th house is a harder house to be. You may find yourself where maybe there are maybe some tough things, like maybe you not necessarily attract aggressive people, but maybe you find yourself more affected by how do I want to put this? Or I guess maybe more so, I guess a better way to put this is to pay attention to any sort of aggression or any sort of like maybe tensions or things that you notice in your relationship, to maybe not let those things go on so long, to have to put up with things just to put up. Capricorn can be very patient. So I would say that's something where, not to become like a doormat with Venus in the 6th house. That's something I could see potentially manifesting there. Some people want to take advantage of your kindness or something along those lines. You may be willing to help possibly here, but this could be someone who maybe even starts like a clinic, possibly. Maybe you're someone who works with maybe different animals. Maybe you train service animals here, or maybe even working with a service animal. That might be something. If you're finding maybe your 7th house, you're having some troubles there, looking to that, maybe having someone to help bring some love and some things into that can maybe kind of help assuage these sort of like 6th house things as well. So that would even be something I would even entertain as well. That's a very interesting, combination there. But there could be something very cool with that, with Venus, something very creative that you can pull with that. Maybe you write different books again with different remedies as far as taking care of different things. Maybe you have how to diffuse different situations. Maybe you know how to do relationship management or something along those lines, kind of like how to build relationships or business partnerships or something along those lines. So maybe even helping, like maybe partnering with small businesses or whatever that might even look like. Just some ideas to throw out there. And I would love to, if you, or love to hear, if you happen to have this placement, how this is, maybe if you know someone, how this may have manifested in your day to day, and how you remedied this topic, or maybe you got some new ideas for it, maybe new ideas for your thing, and if so, you're welcome. And yeah, but ultimately, yeah, this the whole purpose of these is to, to hopefully to start a live and to, schedule different lives and kind of talk about this live and to talk about these real life things. So hopefully to hear you comment on these, and hope you like these videos. But until next time, stay mindful out there. Keep raising that vibration through the roof. Keep learning your chart. Expand on your journey, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.